In 2021, a single JPEG file sold for $69 million. Not a painting. Not a sculpture. A digital image that anyone in the world could right-click and save for free. And yet someone paid $69 million for it anyway. If that makes absolutely no sense to you, you are in exactly the right place, because by the end of this video, it will. Welcome to BlockVault Daily. Today we are pulling back the curtain on NFTs, not the hype, not the headlines, not the overnight millionaire stories. The real technology, the real use cases, and the real future that most people completely miss because they got distracted by cartoon monkeys. We are going to cover where NFTs actually came from, how they technically work, why the market crashed so hard, and here is the part most creators will not touch: why NFTs might actually be more important now, after the collapse, than they ever were during the boom. Stay with us. This one is going to change how you think about digital ownership forever. Let us start at the beginning. The concept of a non-fungible token sounds intimidating, but the core idea is genuinely simple. Fungible means interchangeable. $1 bill is worth exactly the same as any other dollar bill. You can swap them and nothing changes. Non-fungible means the opposite: unique, irreplaceable, one of a kind. A non-fungible token is simply a unique digital certificate of ownership recorded on a blockchain. That is it. The blockchain is the key ingredient here, because it creates a permanent, tamper-proof, publicly verifiable record that says, this specific digital item belongs to this specific wallet address. The history of NFTs goes further back than most people realize. The first recognized NFT project was colored coins on the Bitcoin blockchain in 2012 and 2013. These were small fractions of Bitcoin that were marked, or colored, to represent real-world assets. The concept was rough, but the seed was planted. Then in 2014, a digital artist named Kevin McCoy minted what is widely considered the first true NFT on the Namecoin blockchain, a simple animated video called Quantum. Nobody paid $69 million for it then. The technology was invisible to the mainstream world for years. The real turning point came in 2017 with CryptoKitties, a game built on Ethereum where players could buy, breed, and sell unique digital cats. It sounds ridiculous, but CryptoKitties actually clogged the entire Ethereum network because so many people were trading these digital animals. One CryptoKitty sold for over $114,000. The world laughed. But developers were paying very close attention. By 2020, the foundation was fully in place. OpenSea launched as the first major NFT marketplace. Artists started minting their work. And then 2021 happened, and everything exploded. Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey sold his first tweet as an NFT for $2.9 million. Nike filed patents for NFT sneakers. Visa bought a CryptoPunk for $150,000. And in March 2021, digital artist People sold the JPEG, his piece called Everydays, the first 5,000 days, at Christie's auction house for $69.3 million. That single sale put NFTs on every front page on Earth. But here is what nobody talks about when they tell that story. People had been creating and posting one piece of digital art every single day for over 13 years before that sale. The NFT did not create the value. It created the mechanism to finally capture and transfer that value in a way that was previously impossible for digital creators. That distinction matters enormously. And it brings us to the technical heart of what makes an NFT actually work. When an NFT is minted, a smart contract is deployed on a blockchain, most commonly Ethereum, though Solana, Polygon, and others are widely used today. That smart contract contains a unique token ID, the wallet address of the creator, metadata describing the asset, and a link to where the actual file is stored. The smart contract enforces the rules of ownership automatically, without any middleman. It can also encode royalties, meaning every time that NFT resells in the future, the original creator automatically receives a percentage. For artists who spent careers watching their work resell for millions while they saw none of it, this was genuinely revolutionary. Now, the market peaked in early 2022. Total NFT trading volume hit $25 billion in 2021 alone. Then the crash came. By 2023, over 95% of NFTs had lost essentially all of their market value. Floor prices collapsed. Projects disappeared overnight. The headlines were brutal. So what actually happened? Three things primarily. First, the market was flooded with low-quality projects launched purely to capture money from people experiencing serious fear of missing out. There was almost no curation and almost no utility beyond speculation. Second, the broader crypto market entered a severe bear cycle, taking NFT prices down with it. Third, and most importantly, the dominant use case, profile picture collections like Bored Apes, turned out to be driven almost entirely by speculation rather than genuine, durable demand. When the speculation evaporated, the prices followed. But here is the counterintuitive part. The technology did not fail. The applications that were built on top of it did not suddenly stop working. What failed was an entire ecosystem built on the assumption that prices would go up forever. The underlying infrastructure, smart contracts, verifiable on-chain ownership, programmable royalties, all of that continued functioning exactly as designed. And that gap between failed speculation and working technology is exactly where the next chapter of NFTs is being quietly written right now. Let us talk about what that actually looks like in practice. Gaming is arguably the most promising frontier. Traditional video games trap your in-game items inside a closed ecosystem. You grind for months to earn a rare sword in one game and you can never take it anywhere. NFT-based gaming allows true ownership of in-game assets that players can trade, sell, or potentially use across multiple platforms. Games like Axie Infinity proved the concept could work at scale, even though Axie itself ran into serious economic design problems. The model continues to evolve. Music is another space where NFTs solve a real problem. Streaming platforms pay artists fractions of a cent per stream. Royal is a platform that allows musicians to sell fractional ownership of their song royalties directly to fans as NFTs. When the song earns money, token holders earn money proportionally. Artists like Nas have already used this model. It creates a direct economic relationship between creator and audience that no platform previously enabled. Ticketing is a space where NFTs are already being deployed by major organizations. Traditional tickets are easily counterfeited, scalped at predatory markups, and generate no revenue for artists on the resale market. An NFT ticket is verifiable, non-duplicable, and can be programmed to send a percentage of every resale back to the original issuer. Avenged Sevenfold, Coachella, and the Kings NBA franchise have all experimented with NFT-based ticketing systems. Real-world asset tokenization, often called RWA, is perhaps the biggest long-term story. Real estate, luxury goods, fine art, and legal documents can all theoretically be represented as NFTs on a blockchain, creating verifiable, transferable proof of ownership that does not require a lawyer, a notary, or a courthouse. Several regulated platforms are already doing this in limited but real ways. What does all of this tell us about the actual future of NFTs? The profile picture era is almost certainly over as a dominant cultural moment. The technology itself is becoming infrastructure, quiet, embedded, and essential in ways that most users will never consciously notice. Just like you do not think about HTTP every time you load a website, you may one day use NFT-based systems for concert tickets, game items, and property deeds without ever once calling them NFTs. The investors and builders who are active in this space right now, after the crash, after the hype, after the headlines moved on, are doing something historically consistent with how every major technology cycle works. The telephone had a speculative bubble. The internet had the dot-com crash. And after each collapse, the serious applications quietly got built. The key takeaway is this. Before you go, if you learned something valuable today, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Block Vault Daily for a brand new video every single day. We will see you in the next one.